Ooh, have I got a good one for y'all today. Y'all, this is creamsicle fudge. You gotta make this for your family. This is one of my favorites at the holidays. The one that, other than the peppermint bark I made for y'all earlier, a couple weeks ago, this is the most requested fudge that I get at Christmas. Y'all, this thing is something else. Y'all gotta go make this.
Okay guys, so for this one you're going to need some butter, some marshmallow fluff, evaporated milk, regular granulated sugar, white chocolate chips, orange extract, and red and yellow food coloring. Okay, so I've got a medium-sized pot here on my stove. We're going to get our stick and a half of butter unwrapped. And then what I like to do is just cut this into chunks. I just find that it melts more evenly if you cut it up first. So we'll get all this butter cut up. Put it in the pot. We're going to turn our flame on about medium heat. And then this is 3 cups of just granulated sugar. Get all that in there. And then I've got 2/3 cup of evaporated milk. And while that's kind of melting together, I'm going to go ahead and get our orange extract ready. So this is 3 teaspoons of orange extract. I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me, just go with it. 3 teaspoons. And we're going to do 3 drops of red food coloring and about 5 drops of yellow. And so that's going to give you that real pretty orange color that we want at the end. And so now we're just going to kind of stir this up and get this melting together. We're going to want to bring this to a boil. So now you can see we're starting to get the bubbles around the edge. So you just want to kind of keep this moving because you do not want this stuff to burn. So you're just going to stand here and stir it until it really starts boiling. And now you can see we've got a good rolling boil, and we're going to boil this for 5 minutes. And you want to keep that moving pretty constantly. You do not want to walk away from this because it will burn. So after our 5 minutes, you're going to take it off the heat. Get you over here where you can see. There we go. You're going to take this whole jar of marshmallow fluff. Get all that in there, all that gooiness. It's really sticky, but it's really good. Give that a little stir first and get it starting to melt. You want to be real careful because this stuff is really hot, so you don't want to go in there and just slosh it everywhere because you will burn yourself. So just kind of take your time. And then you're going to put in a whole bag of white chocolate chips and get those all stirred up and melting in there. You want to just keep stirring until everything melts and everything gets combined and it's really good and smooth. It takes a minute or so to get everything stirred up and smooth. But you don't want any of these clumps in there, so just keep stirring, keep working with it, and it'll even out and smooth out for you. There we go. Now it's getting there. See how pretty and smooth that is now? That's what you want. All right, so now this is very important. Take a glass measuring cup or just a heat-safe container, and you're going to take out about a cup of this white chocolate mixture and save it. And I'll show you why in just a minute. But I always try to use my glass containers for this because the plastic, I'm not sure, would hold up as hot as this stuff is. So now that you've got your cup of reserved white chocolate out, you're going to take your orange extract and your food colorings and pour all that in. You're going to get a little bit of sizzle. It's okay. And you're going to stir that in and get everything all nice and combined and smooth again. And look how pretty that orange is. I love it. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Y'all, this is my favorite. I love this candy so much. I think y'all will too. It's so good. Okay, so I've got an 8x8 baking pan and I've lined it with wax paper. So you're going to take all of this orange goodness and get it all in that pan. Scrape it all in there. Except for the little bits there. Yeah, that's for the chef. Or the kids. But wait till it cools off first because it's really hot. But it's really good to taste test in a little bit. Okay, now watch this. Here's where the magic happens. You ready? You're going to take this white chocolate that you saved and you're just going to pour it on top of the orange. No particular pattern. I like to go around the edges a little bit first. And then you're just going to kind of plop it wherever it wants to go. It doesn't matter at this point. Get it in there. And again, that's really good for snacking in a little bit once it cools off, so save that. And then you're going to take a butter knife and you're just going to swirl. You don't want to totally scrape the bottom because you'll end up tearing up your wax paper, so just be easy. And I like to rotate my pan so that I get kind of even swirls. So I'm just going to rotate my pan and keep swirling. One more time. That way it just looks pretty, but you don't want to totally keep swirling until everything's the same color because then it won't give you that creamsicle flavor with the orange and the vanilla. But y'all, look at that. Yeah, save that knife. That'd be good. Okay, y'all ready? Look at that. It's so good. Okay, so we're going to put this in the refrigerator and let it set up for a couple of hours. Okay, y'all, so 2 or 3 hours later, we're going to pull it out of the pan. And I've got it, I'm going to pull this wax paper off and lay it down here on my cutting board. Y'all, look how pretty that is. I love those swirls. And I'm just going to take my sharp knife and just cut it into long strips first. About 1 inch or so wide. You can cut it however big or small you want to. I just like them about 1 inch wide. And then I'm going to turn my board and cut them again. That way you get kind of inch pieces. Y'all, this stuff is so good. I know I've said that. I know y'all keep hearing me say that. But if you just make this, you'll see it is just so good. Look at that. Yum. Okay, y'all, so go make you some creamsicle fudge today. Thank you so much for watching. I love y'all, and I'll see you next time.